Welcome to The View, exploring truth in Jamaican politics. Join us as we dive deep into the heart of Jamaica's political landscape, unpacking the facts, challenging the narratives, and uncovering the truth behind the headlines. With expert analysis, bold discussions, and unfiltered perspectives, we bring you the conversations that matter. No spin, no bias, just real talk on the issues shaping our nation's future. Stay informed, stay engaged. This is The View, exploring truth.
Welcome again, my viewers and subscribers. I just want to take the time to appreciate you and thank you for joining me again today. I know that I had indicated that this show will be a weekly show, but with all that is happening in the political landscape, I am coming on today to just to address some of the issues and everything that is happening. So I I am here today to address something that was said and leave you to help me to decide whether or not truth was spoken and and how we can improve what is said to our Jamaican community. So thank you again for joining me. All right, so let me start off by saying the leader of the opposition, the Honorable Mark Golding, he was in the US on the weekend. He was in Hartford, Connecticut, and he was addressing a group of let me say his colleagues, his supporters, whatever they may be. But he was there addressing them on the weekend, and he, as a matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do. Let me play Mr. Golding's comment to you, and I want to say I got this audio from Nationwide News Network because I wasn't able to get the audio myself. But I picked this up from Nationwide. So I'm going to play Mr. Golding's comment and then I will respond. Here we go.
Essentially, we have a very difficult task ahead of us. Yeah. But if Jamaica doesn't get a change of government now, I don't know what kind of state we're going to be. You know, because we have a corrupt government and a power-hungry government, and they're supported by the elite, and the media is bought out by them too. So it's not an easy road to trod the road that we are treading, comrades. It is not going to be easy to get them out because you know the news, the things that we put out don't get covered. You know, even today, there's a poll being run right now. It's a independent. I think it was paid for by some business people. A Don Anderson poll. The key metric in any poll is voter intention. Who do you intend to vote for? That's the key metric. Today they published it on a Saturday, which is the lowest sales of any newspaper day. When it shows that the PMP is 5% ahead. You know, we were at 9 at the end of September, so we have come off a bit. The Labour Party hasn't got any of that. They are where they were. It's the undecided that have grown. In the meantime, they have had their conference, they have had the Spark program, they've had the Reserve Income Tax Credit, which is essentially a $20,000 grant to over 300,000 people. They've just been spending money to try and get themselves back to where they were. And we have been a bit cautious in putting out our ideas because we have found on multiple occasions that they tend to be appropriated by the Labour Party. And then they're so powerful in the media and their communications is so strong, it's very difficult for us to set the narrative to show that we were really the originators of that idea. And so we are trying to time our release so that we don't suffer from that. But in the meantime, we have held our own in the polls, and I think when we start to now reveal what we intend to do for the people, we will see the growth.
So that was the voice of the opposition leader, Mr. Mark Golding. And he has a lot to say in that clip that I just played. So let's dissect. Let's dissect what some of what Mr. Golding has said. So, and I must say that Mr. Golding has scored some own goal in that comment that he was making to those people in Connecticut. But our goal here is to dissect and to look at what is the truth. In the clip, Mr. Golding said that the Jamaica Labour Party has bought out the media in Jamaica, and because of that, the messages or messages of the PNP are not being publicized. So I want to address that, because that for me is a red flag. That is not true. When you look at the media landscape in Jamaica, it is huge, right? And no one political party can buy out the media. The media is very diverse. You have persons who are aligning or claiming that some media houses are aligned to one or another political party, especially when the views might seem to be supporting one party or another at a political time. So at a particular time, sorry. So at one point, this at a broadcast house or a print media might be labeled as a JLP media house, and then another time, that same radio or TV station is being labeled as a JLP. So it's all in the view of the people. Being somebody who follow the politics and listen to various media houses, broadcast and their various media houses, I would have to disagree with Mr. Golding's assessment there. I think that one of the mistake and one of the problem with the PNP is that whenever any media house call them out on a particular issue and ask them to come and defend it, they refused. And if you refuse to come and to go and make your point and be out there, then you can't blame the media house for not carrying your story. Mr. Golding used an example of a poll that was published in the Gleaner newspaper over the weekend. So for you, my viewers and subscribers who follow the politics in Jamaica, the Gleaner is one of the media house that is labeled as a PNP sympathizer. So if the Gleaner, who is alleged to be a PNP sympathizer, is publishing the result of a poll, and they choose to publish that poll, the poll results on a Saturday. Is it that the Gleaner is being bought out by the JLP? The answer to that is no. The chairman of the Gleaner Company, Mr. Joseph Matalan, publicly endorsed Mark Golding as leader of the PNP. So then, is it that the JLP has so much money that even under the chairmanship of Matalan, the JLP buy out the Gleaner? That's wrong. So that, Mr. Golding, is not true. And I think that the PNP need to reevaluate their communication machine and be not afraid to face up to questions, not only when it's in your favor, but also when it is against you. Case in point, there is some allegation about misappropriation of funds at the KSSMC. The mayor has put out two statements, and those statements have left a lot of unanswered questions. Until today, nobody from the PNP has made themselves available to answer questions. So I am asking Mr. Comrade Leader, I'm asking this question. Isn't it that the people of Jamaica deserve answers to question when they arises? Is it that the people of Jamaica buy out the media when they are depending on the media or those media practitioners to ask relevant questions of our government in waiting? I wish you could answer those questions for me and stuff, Mr. Golden. All right. The second thing that Mr. Golden said in that clip was that the government is corrupt. All right. Take it on the face of it. But what are the proof? Where's the proof to that corruption, Mr. Golding? I would want some facts. I know one of the PNP's talking point is that the Integral Commission has not certified the Prime Minister's statutory things. However, the Prime Minister in the Parliament said that he has given everything that the Commission required of him. At this point in time, there's a case before the court where the Prime Minister is asking the courts to help to ensure that his thing is certified. the Integrity Commission had brought in overseas help to investigate the documents that was submitted by the Prime Minister. And even after that, the Integrity Commission was not able to find anything to incriminate the Prime Minister. So, based on what I have seen and read, I have not seen anything that the Integrity Commission is basing their argument on why they refuse to certify the Prime Minister's the Prime Minister's statutory things. So that again we need to be careful about, because if we're going to be speaking about corruption, then I'd want to know, and I'm asking, and I've been asking publicly, I've been on radio nationwide to be exact, to ask that somebody address this latest scandal, these latest allegation from really the KSMC. And the former caretaker, he himself said yes, money was being distributed. I mean, the money was being distributed from the offices of the KSMC. The mayor said it wasn't KSMC money, it was funds that was given or to the party to help their campaigns. But nobody is willing to come forward and face questions from the media. So if we're going to talk about corruption, we have to be balanced, because both parties are labeling each other as corrupt. Sometimes it is like, who is the more corrupt of the two and stuff. All right, so that's again, Mr. Golden, I'd want some more flesh on the bone to decide whether or not the government is corrupt. All right. I said earlier that the opposition leader would have scored some own goals, and one of those goals was the endorsement of the JLP's communication machinery by saying that the JLP has a strong communication and things like that. You are endorsing them and stuff. So that was an own goal. So listeners and viewers and subscribers, I want you to tell me, do you disagree or you agree with my assessment of the opposition leader? Because my goal here is to be fair to everybody across the board and stuff. But when we see things that is blatantly not true, we have to highlight them. All right, so that is it for Mr. Golden's comment on the weekend. On Sunday, listeners, viewers, and subscribers, and before I move on to the other point, I am going to ask you to like the channel, subscribe, share it with your family and friend, and help me to explore truth as we look at what our political leaders are saying. Is the arguments that they are bringing to us fact? Because that's what we want. We want person who are representing us come to us with facts. We want persons of integrity. That's what we're looking for in our leaders. So tell me if you agree with me. And as I said, like the channel, subscribe, and share it with your family and friends. All right, so to my next point. So yesterday, I had on my program the director of elections, Mr. Glasspool Brown, and we were talking about the issue of Portmore, and Mr. Brown was outlining the next step. As you know, the Parliament passed the bill for Portmore to become the 15th parish, and in Friday in the Senate it was approved. So the next step is to get the Governor General stamp of approval, which in my opinion is a done deal, right? So after that, then now it is for the Electoral Commission to decide the constituency boundaries. As I had said before, and I am saying again, that there are some things that has been said or is being said on the political platform that is not good for our country. That's not what we want. And Sunday, no less a person than the mayor of Portmore was on the political stage, and here's what he had to say. And again, I am giving thanks to Nationwide for this audio clip. I took it from their YouTube channel. So if you want, you can go to Nationwide Radio Live and you will see the full news story where this is concerned. So here is the mayor of Portmore.
We are saying that we're going to stand together. We are going to make certain that they don't have their own way. If it means that we have to go to the street, we will continue to go to the street. If it means that we have to go to Jamaica House, we will go. If it means comrades and residents, that if we have to close down Portmore, we will do so, because the government, the Jamaica Labour Party, don't listen to the citizens of Jamaica. They want to do what they want to do, and that can't work. Nothing goes so.
So that was Mayor Leon Thomas. Viewers and subscriber, as I had said before, and by now you should be becoming familiar with my views on this. If Portmore is shut down, who benefits from that? Nobody. These comment, in my view, is inciting people. All right, and I am saying that we need to move away from that type of politics, right? Mayor Thomas, you think that the process that the government is using to make Portmore a parish is wrong, and that's your view. We can't take that from you. All right, I can't take that from the PNP. All right. However, the government have another view. So I think that there's an avenue where this can be sorted out. And I heard, I am not sure if it was at the same meeting. I but this is what I am proposing. And again, here is another member of the People's National Party who is doing or proposing what I think is the best route for action. Let's hear Anthony Hilton.
The matter here today. What I'm here to tell you is that as the sun rises in the east and as the sun sets in the west, they will be sued for their illegal conduct. And them can't take it back, because when we listen to the Senate on Friday, it's like them I say, boy, us, we never really mean it. I wonder what we do. But it gone bad already, and we can't trust them. And so we have to make the courts tell them, so what them up to is no good. This whole scheme is to scam the people of Portmore and St. Catherine. That is the purpose, the scamming exercise. But it will fail, because not only will you tell them that, but the courts very soon will tell them that this is an illegal act and it will not stand.
So that is Anthony Hilton. And the big part of his comment to me was that he wants to go to court to let the court tell the JLP that what they're doing is wrong. Well, if what they are doing is wrong, I think the court is the appropriate place for this to be taken and for a ruling to be made. And if the court said that, hey, what you have done is wrong, then the government will have to abide by the ruling of the court. Again, even in Mr. Hilton's comment, and I watched the debate in the Senate on Friday, and at no point in time, did any of the presenter from the government side showed any action or said anything in their speech to say that what they were doing is wrong and they would want to reverse it. The opposite was that they were confident that what they were doing was constitutionally right, and they went on to outline what would be the benefits of Portmore becoming a parish. But amidst the noise on everything, I think Mr. Hilton's proposal is the correct one. Let's use the court not to go on the street and cause PNP supporter and JLP supporters to come head to head and things like that. I was talking to somebody who lives in Portmore recently, and he was telling me how the tension over there is so high. Never before the tension in that community is so high, because you have people who is for and who is against. So as leaders, I'm asking, I'm pleading to you, help your supporters to lower the temperature, all right, and let good sense prevail. Let good sense prevail, all right. The PNP had laid out what they think is needed before Portmore can become a parish. And let's face it, in the Senate, the PNP in their presentations are not saying that they don't support Portmore becoming a parish. My takeaway is that they are saying that not enough consultation was taking place. There are certain amenities that needed in Portmore before it should be granted parish status. So that's it. That's their view. On the other hand, the JLP is laying out a number of things that would benefit Portmore if they should become a parish. I mean, the Minister of Local Government said it would strengthen the lobbying capacity. It would enable more independent development. It would improve disaster management. It would streamline decision making. So both parties have their arguments. I was watching a Vox Pop with some of the people from Portmore, and I could see it again split down the line. The older people is not so much supportive of the Portmore becoming a parish, while the younger people is in full support. They're talking about a lot of the developments that is already taking place, and they're excited for what parish status can bring to Portmore. So, as I said, I am hoping that good sense will prevail, and this doesn't have to be violent, because the truth is we don't need that. All right, so for the people of Portmore, for you, my viewers and subscribers, I'm sure you will join me in asking for a peaceful resolution to all of this. All right, we don't need to lock down Portmore. We don't need to block up the streets. All right, we don't need to do that. Let's use the avenue, the legal avenue that is available. Take it to the court and let the court decide. Whatever the court rules will have to be the decision that is abide by. All right. So I want to thank you again, my viewers and subscribers, for joining. As I said, we're a new channel, and I just want you to help me as we dissect the issues, as we look to explore truth. And if there's any topic, anything that you see that is happening, and you think that is worthy of exploring, feel free to send me an email. The email is theviewjamaica@gmail.com. All right, or post it in a comment, or post it on Facebook, The View 2025 and stuff, and let us discuss as we explore truth from what our political leader have to say. Until then, this is Anthony Fisher signing out. See you next time here on The View.